Grand Rising, wonderful souls, and welcome to Bronwen's Code Tarot. This is a timeless collective reading on what is coming forward. If you are a new face, welcome in. If you're an old one, welcome back. Nice to see you, my lovelies. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, and your subscribes. Thank you for your donations. They are truly appreciated. And thank you for your emails. Emails of confirmation, emails sharing your stories, and emails booking readings. My readings are open. There is a 48-hour to 72-hour turnaround time for my readings. If you need something a little bit speedier, I do offer an emergency service which goes out within 12 to 24 hours. Now, with that being said, there is still someone going through the comment sections here and there, pretending to be me, pretending to be a pastor, pretending to be a friend. If it says WhatsApp me, I can get your ex back. Any type of solicitation for anything. It's not me, they're not a friend. Please just block and report them. Even if it's my face, if there's no highlighted black banner, you are not talking to me, okay? With that being said, all the energy that I pick up on is fluid, meaning I could be picking up on past, present, or future, or an amalgamation of all. So you've got to take what resonates and leave the rest. And if I say male, female, masculine, feminine, he, she, we all hold these energies. So this reading could be for you. It could be for the person you're thinking of, another light one, divine counterpart, or someone completely different. Please do not make the story fit if it doesn't. Now, with that being said, let's get into it. I keep hearing like fake news. Someone is practicing almost like a ventriloquist. There's some sort of video or some sort of recording of someone doing this, okay, towards a light one, practicing their accent, practicing the way that they talk, they walk, and this has come up before. But I heard an early Christmas present for who? And I heard for you or the person you're thinking of, because it shows them either they're going somewhere. It shows them practicing and either putting on a wig, putting on sunglasses, and going somewhere and doing something that they should not be doing, like something illegal, and trying to do it in your name, some sort of identity theft. Please don't lose hope, okay? Someone here is quite worried. Someone here is losing hope that they'll be able to do something, or they'll be able to get away with it. Look, intoxication, distorted view, and overindulgence, okay? So something's being outed over Christmas or the holiday period, ghost people, and a magical protector is there for you. Now, in my previous reading, I had a lot of threes coming out. There's an expansion happening for a light one. But as this is happening for a light one, the things that are done in the dark are coming to the light. They're coming to light because for some reason I'm getting like auditions. There was some sort of audition, because it wasn't just, we'll take this person. They wanted someone that looked very similar to a light one, to the person you're thinking of, your divine counterpart. And then somebody who would be able to take on the accent or the mannerisms. And there's something here about them practicing and filming this. Now, why did ghost people come out? Okay, let's find out why ghost people came out. Because you've got here transitions to the spirit realm upside down. There's something more than just this. I don't know if they've done some sort of incantation, some sort of moon ritual. Something was done to make it so that the person who was the doppelganger, the person who was pretending to be you, would be more convincing. And I heard they attached something to their back. Okay, because with transitions to the spirit realm, there may have been the want or intent to do this again. Okay, the want or intent to do this again, because if you look at my reading to do with, I don't know if it's coming out today or if it was yesterday's, so it's either today's or yesterday's. There was something there about them, about a masculine walking away from a group or from Mother Knows Best kind of matriarchal energy of wanting to do some sort of ritual on Christmas Day. There's something here with either trying to hide that recording or that recording showing them trying to pull something up. Something that was supposed to help them with articulation or with shape shifting, like changing the way that their features look, okay? But they were rejected because there's a guardian here, okay? A wonderful idea, an aha moment. And this is all triggered. This is all a kickback. I keep saying this from Halloween. Whatever they did at Halloween, it didn't work. And because of that, they put loads of blockages in for themselves. Loads of blockages. They had like this really great idea to whose ancestor? And I heard yours. Something about trying to mimic one of your ancestors. I don't know if one of your ancestors was a shaman or if one of your, look, a time for spirit. They're completely blocked off. They were trying to block off someone who's protecting you as well. Breaking dawn, and a tempting offer has a high price. It's dawned on someone how dangerous this is. And I'm not just talking about in the etheric realm either, how dangerous it is on this realm. Because I had muddied waters or muddy waters. Okay, why was I told muddied waters? Because there's a tempting offer that had a high price and someone rejected it. Someone rejected it. Who rejected it? Transitions to the spirit realm and a clear solution. They've been told to back off. Not only by whoever it is that walked away from that group, but by something else. And I keep being pointed over here. They were told to back off, back away, stop what you're doing. Tell me more about this. Oh, and it says here the past returns for a time, and it's upside down. It's been severed. Whatever link they had to a light one has been completely severed. And the reason why you've got a clear solution is because whatever you've been doing, look, oh my gosh, and you've got voodoo upside down. Whatever it is that you have been doing to clear this, whether this is just prayer, words of affirmation, whether you do specific spiritual ritual techniques, whether you're using, you know, your words of power or a symbol of power, it's clearing everything. And you've also got this ancestor. I just heard high five. I just heard high five, as in one of your ancestors is high fiving with you. Like, we've done this. We've brought this to an end. Look, because you've got breaking dawn coming. There's been an epiphany, or there's been some sort of, not just an up level in someone's understanding of their spirituality or who they are. There's some sort of spiritual awakening that a light one is going through as well. There's something about, rather than reacting, responding. And I've said this before in readings, but there's something that's being activated. And for some reason I'm hearing transformers activate. Why did I hear that? Holding on way too tight, and what was underneath? An important end, a new beginning. Look at that. They weren't able to do what there was something specific that they needed to do before January the 5th or before the beginning of spring. And they've been holding on way too tightly. Way too tightly. This is your 4th house as well. This is Cancer. Oh, tell me more. Tell me more. Because I heard the lineage is split. Now the lineage is split. Whoever this person is, or whoever this group is, they were trying to do something to someone's lineage, their bloodline. What were they trying to do to their bloodline? Tell me, what were they trying to do? Ancient wisdom. There was something they were trying to get. And again, it's to do with your foundations. It's time to be brave. For some reason, I'm thinking of the film Braveheart with Mel Gibson in it. Okay? Because I heard, I will take it to the grave with me. Now, is this a light one's ancestor, or is this somebody who's opposing them? One or two? Two. Something yeah, look, a tempting offer has a high price, and it's reversed. This is linking into whoever it is that walked away from that group was like, this is just too messy. But without them being there, without their hatred or their, you know, their guilt or their shame or all those really volatile, low vibrational energies, it's not working. But someone, look, be your true self. It comes back to this person. Okay, so I went to say mocking you. There's videos of them mocking a light one, or there's some sort of recording of not only them putting on your voice or your mannerisms, trying to dress the way that you do just before going and doing something, signing something, and that's been recorded as well. And I'm seeing someone going into some sort of building, a bank, a court, something like that, and then coming out afterwards. But there's also this ritual, okay, and someone mocking your voice and sounding like you, okay, because you've got, you miss someone. Whoever this person is from your past, okay. This could be an ex, this could be an ex-friend. Be your true self, and a tempting offer has a high price. So this is what they were trying to do for Christmas Day. They were trying to reactivate something, reactivate whatever it was that gave them this, what they saw as a gift, okay, has more or less rejected doing it again for some reason. Your sensuality is beautiful, and be your true self. So you have a doppelganger here who is a succubus, and whatever they did to try and bind this ex, it didn't work. Succubus or incubus, it didn't work. And they needed them. Look, we're here, we're upside down. They were completely rejected from doing this. And the kickback from that is that now that they don't have one of the key components that they need, or key ingredients, to continue to doppelgang, to pretend to be you, to, you know, because there's something here about planting evidence. There's something here about wanting to refilm, but it as you, okay? And look, heed my counsel and listen. Whatever it was that they were trying to coax, bind, or kind of like, what's the word? Manipulate into helping them, has advised them. It's advised them because it's come up against one of your guardians. And the guardian has more or less said, you need to back off because you're coming up against me. And I don't know why I keep hearing Anubis. It may not be Anubis, but it's an energy along those lines. That's more or less said, you know who I am, so you must know who it is that you are trying to go up against. And whatever this energy was when I don't want any of this, I don't want any of this. Look, now they're praying for a miracle because they're going to be found, they're going to be outed, or this evidence is going to be outed. What wanted to come out? Yeah, your sensuality is beautiful, it's upside down. One of them tried to do some sort of love hex. The love hex went absolutely tits up. Oh, let me get this one out. Yeah. And whatever it is that they've done to conceal themselves, especially with concealment being this way, there's two meanings from this. Not only that whatever freezer spell they've done to kind of put a block in, but to hide what they've been doing is thawing. People are going to start seeing them, but also there's something here about a tracker or trying to track where you are energetically, and you've been cloaked, okay? There's something to do with this winter, throughout the winter. They wanted that past spring as well, something about past spring. And look, awakening comes up as I say spring, okay? But something that was done last spring was supposed to keep you stuck in some sort of tumultuous energy. It was supposed to distract you because you've got containment here. It was supposed to stop you learning who you are, who you truly are. Okay, and all of the things that they've been doing on this level, on this reality, on this realm, was to distract you from who you actually are at a soul level. Now, let me see, yeah, because look, there was definitely a love hex done. A love hex to stop you and your divine counterpart from coming through. It was to also stop your divine counterpart from knowing who they were. So all of this stuff with evidence and, you know, doppelganging and whatever they signed was signed, something to do with identity theft. It was all a distraction, okay? But what I'm getting from this is that they are a distraction to themselves also, because whoever it is that's the puppeteers, they're not the puppeteers. They are in no way the puppeteers. Even this high priestess, this dark high priestess who thinks that they have a crown and they are they're being manipulated by some other people that are higher up, if that makes sense. But look, hand fasting and ritual. This is what they wanted to do over Christmas. They've done something last spring. What did they do last spring? What was it? What did they do last spring? I knew that was going to come out. They hexed. It was a hex. But it was also to block you from your ancestors so you don't know who you are. And it was also to stop you from getting finances, because what I've learned is that our emotions are so strongly linked to how we manifest. And, you know, manifestation is key in learning who we are also, because the higher we vibrate, the more we attract in the things that connect us to the cosmos, whether that be tangible things on this realm, like in a new house, a new job, you know, the love of our life, or whether that is us healing and us manifesting, what's the word? New spiritual awakenings, more upgrades, up leveling, going from, you know, just being slightly cognizant, for example, to just it coming through razor sharp. Now you've got on here water and hand fasting. They definitely attach something to relationships that you have because they were trying to bring in instability. But there's something that they attach to themselves, or something that they were told if they continued doing this, they would bring instability, and they would bring in the toxicity that they were trying to bring towards you, okay? Because there you go, Ostara and broomstick clearance. This has already been cleared. This was cleared last January. And I think that whatever the ritual was that they were doing over Christmas was supposed to stop whatever it was that you were to obtain at the start of January, going January, February and March, that those 3 months are really important in a spiritual awakening, another spiritual awakening for a light one, okay? And this was sent, or this was intended to be sent, but because someone left, and not only someone leaving the group, but because whatever energy was supposed to help them the first time has refused to, it's just what's the word? It's like a bubble. Like they've just contained themselves in this bubble with this really chaotic energy that's going nowhere. And look. So is this for a light one or, I heard yes. So something that they're sending now, okay, is to do with arguments, trying to send arguments into a relationship. So I heard split them up. So this will be if you are already in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, this split them up is because I'm seeing apps as well. Somebody who may be, you know, looking on dating apps, there's something about you not seeing your divine counterpart on there. Okay, but something went wrong for them. It went wrong for them because look, spirit and initiation, whatever spirit they were calling up, whether it's your ancestor, their ancestor, got you. They just got told no. They got told no, it's not working. Okay, but tell me more about this hex. Tell me more about this hex, please and thank you. Different deck, okay, because all that's coming out about this is you've got initiation and spirit. It went wrong. It went really, really wrong. Let me have a look at this one. You can achieve great things and an unexpected change you did not see coming. This is more or less encouragement from Anubis or whatever energy that's protecting you. That especially if you're going through stress right now, okay? Ground and release, ground and release. Because over here you've got the Akashic libraries are open and you can achieve great things. I have said in like a previous reading, there's some sort of, it's not a secret, it's like an idea, like a sentient idea that needs to be birthed to you, which is going to come to you between the start of January running into March. There's something here that you are birthing that at the moment is almost like an incubation phase. But with the Akashic libraries open, they've closed them for now. There's something about keeping it very, very guarded and very, very protected because of whoever this group is, because they really are like a dog with a bone. They are obsessed with your energy. And it says you must choose. You don't have to, okay? This is more or less saying, don't worry about this energy not coming to you. When it's ready and it's divine timing, it will. Look, a new world is born and you must choose. They chose wrong. That's what I'm getting from this. They chose wrong. Tell me more. Tell me more about this fake news. You need some space in a relationship. Challenges, use your imagination. And now you are independent and free. Okay. So this, they've more or less caused so much separation in their own relationships, even to the point that the energies that they were working with, elementals they were working with, wood nymphs or whatever, have literally walked away from them. Okay. Challenges, use your imagination. They're having to try and think of other things to do now. And there's worry, but there's panic. There's a lot of panic because that 2 and 8 at the bottom, condensing down, is about endings. Okay. And with this here, you are now independent and free. Not only the person walking away no longer is, there's something about them being contained or them being bound in some way. And they've removed that because they started healing themselves. But there was also some... Oh, that whatever it was that they bound to do their bidding, to help them with, you know, something to do with facial reconstruction or shape shifting, or is no longer bound to them. It's the other way round. And they've been blocked from getting into your Akashic records. They've been blocked from getting into their own Akashic records. And it says, I am not a victim and you must choose. But playing the victim right now. Playing the victim. Woe is me. Woe is me, this is all happening to me rather than for me. Anything else? Yeah, look, Akashic records are closed. They're completely closed. But there's something here with a light one need. What does a light one need to do? I heard say it is open if you want it open, because here it says a new world is born upside down. If you want the Akashic records to be open, tell your guides that you'd like them to open it and show you what you need to see right now, okay? Because you've also got here, you will not let fear stop you this time, and it's upside down. That's what they were trying to do. That's what this hex was part of as well, is getting you to fear the unknown, getting you to fear how you learn and grow as a spiritual being having a human experience. Now, if you feel like you are blocked from your Akashic records and you feel like it hasn't been done by your guides only, if you feel like this hex is actually affecting you, you're being told to use your words of power and just say, I clear this, I send this back, my Akashic records are open unto me when it is safe for that to happen. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, siblings, younger friends, and responsibility. So there you go, you've got family members in here who felt like they had no choice. Okay, well, that's what they're telling people, that they had no choice. And we all have choices. We make choices every day, whether we brush our hair first or brush our teeth, whether we have a cup of tea or a coffee, whether we're going to slander someone's name or whether we're going to keep our mouth shut. Do you know what I mean? So this person is definitely playing the smallest violin right now, especially as shit is hitting the fan for them, because everyone is just dispersing. Everyone is disappearing from their lives and leaving them in the crap that they have created around them. Because here, yeah, with these two little dragons, there was this energy of like trying to birth a dragon or something along those lines and meeting yours. That might be what the protector was, meeting yours and not realizing that theirs had just been born or something along those lines, because I saw an egg cracking, and whatever it was that they were trying to pull up was in no way a match for who it is that governs, protects, guides and supports you. Okay, and then going, I had no choice, you know, ah, poor little me, look, I am reborn. So something went wrong with this ritual. Something went wrong with this ritual. So maybe this little baby dragon of theirs or whatever it was didn't hatch, or when it did, it just perished straight away because of who it was that was guiding and guarding you and your Akashic records. Because you've got here an elder will teach you in reverse, and siblings, younger friends and responsibility. They took the wrong advice. They took the wrong advice. Wow. You inspire and trust confidence, and siblings, younger friends and responsibility. There is definitely jealousy coming from this family member. Okay, whether that is family by blood or family just by the label that you give it. There is a lot of jealousy because this is Snow White and her animal friends. Because Snow White she was completely and utterly hated by by the evil queen, because Snow White was seen as the fairest of them all. And you can see, excuse me, that saying, the fairest of them all, as being the most beautiful as all, or as being the most, pure of heart of all. The one that, stays on their due north of loving and compassion for all, whether that is human, plant or animal. And this person doesn't like it. And it says here, look, something is about to end for now. Time to say goodbye, little brother or little sister. Whoever this person is has been completely and utterly blocked out of your energy. And the things that they felt that they needed to get back in your energy have up and left. Okay? My life is sweet. You got something beautiful coming towards you. Okay? You got something beautiful like honey coming towards you, something as sweet as honey. And this is what they were trying to block. This is what this person or group or whatever was trying to block. New skills, advanced training and rapid improvements. Okay, and there it goes. Wisdom as light as a feather. This person was trying to stop this ancient wisdom coming through for you, and they end up blocking themselves and binding this thing to them. So rather than it doing their bidding, they now have to do its. Wowee. Well, I never. Well, you reap what you sow, don't you? I'm going for all my oracles today. Let's see what else wants to come out. Now you've got, again, religion, canon, rules and commandments, and then seduction, a law, desire and manipulation. Because I heard they're getting outed for that as well. There's something with them being connected to some sort of spiritual building, whether that be a church, a temple, a synagogue, a mosque, whatever it is. But with that allure, desire and manipulation, there's some sort of trafficking, some sort of cult. And I've said this before, a circle within a circle, so not everyone knows about it, but you have a sibling or a family member or someone you classed as family who is doing this towards you, because there's something about the more that you're elevating, the more you're figuring out about yourself and speaking your truth, the more it's reverberating through the dimensions, from your own words of power and faith that go all the way up through the different dimensions, hitting it all the way to your ancestors, and then all the way up to the angels, and all the way up even higher. That then is balancing out the law of polarity that's been out of whack for so long, where light ones have been disempowered, where they've been used, where they've been traumatized purposely, and now they're taking back their energy, where it's balancing it out. Those words of love, those words of validation to yourself, those words of faith, those words of returning to sender, They're balancing out those scales, more or less, by these people being exposed for what they're doing. And you have someone in the family who's playing with stuff they shouldn't be and involved with things that they shouldn't be. So whatever this, you know, mimicking you, your style, the way that you look, putting wigs on, you know, calling up whatever this thing is over here. And I heard a name, and I don't want to say it because I know that the same as calling on angels, if you say the name of things that are lower, they will come to you. But it's something to, there's a void. It comes from a void, is what I heard. That this thing was helping a sibling or a cousin or someone along those lines to shapeshift, to look like you, so that while they were doing abhorrent things and not just identity theft, it could be placed on your door, okay? But you've got here yielding, rapture and bliss, ecstasy. And then you've got canon, rules and commandments, and the one before that was to do with pleasure, okay? So there's definitely something to do with some sort of sex cult, trafficking, something along those lines. That's also been filmed, okay? And this is coming out, and it scares the crap out of them, because you've also got here, look, craving, compulsion and obsession. And then this one, which is in reverse, is ancient, ancestry, Egypt, magical inheritance. This is what they're trying to keep away from you, okay? Because like I said, the more you connect and get to know thyself, the more that you are standing up in your true authentic light, your sovereign power and fire, the more it's opening them up to not being hidden in the shadows anymore. And I don't just mean that in the etheric sense, but on this realm, because these things are happening in this realm, okay? Someone is obsessed with blocking you. And I heard, what was it? Something from up high, like orders coming from up high. So whoever it is that's right at the top, who's the actual puppet master, is telling them this is what you've got to do, or is manipulating them with their own, you know, baneful magic. Because a lot of, not all of them, but some of these people know who their bosses are, but they don't know who their bosses are, if that makes sense. It's almost like it is some sort of spiritual center or some sort of church or something like that, and you have the congregation that don't really know, they're just there praising God. And then you have the inner circle of these people that are doing this, but they also have inner circles within inner circles, and they go higher and higher and higher. So they know some of them know who their bosses are, the rest of them are just minions. So whoever this, you know, sister, brother, sibling, friend is, they don't know who's above them. They have no idea. But there are certain people within that group who do. They know who their bosses are. But then it goes up, and their bosses don't know who their bosses are. It goes very, very intricate, if that makes sense, because you've got aggressor, tracker and provider. So they're being told who to go towards, connecting deep within, sacred dance and instinct. So this is reminding me of Kundalini arising. Someone may be going through a Kundalini arising now, or maybe going through one in the start of spring, okay, in this incubation time, for when this sentient, beautiful idea is going to come to you, come to the person you're thinking of, your divine counterpart, so they can birth that into the world. Because as it is birthed into the world, it's going to knock down whoever these people are even more and more and more, okay? And that's what they're trying to attack. Connecting deep within, getting to know thyself. The more you speak your words, the more power is brought to you, you know, of light and love. Anything else that would like to come out on this? Ooh. Anything else? And we've got here enduring loyalty, eternal love, lasting commitment. Everyone's jumping ship. Everyone is jumping ship, because whoever this is personal for them, whereas for everyone else it was a job, if that makes sense, except for those who were manipulated into doing so. Because if you look in the previous reading, it's talking about, you know, someone realizing that they were manipulated, they were gaslit, they were scammed into acting out of their triggers, into staying in their triggers as well, and exasperating their triggers and their trauma, so that they thought that what they were doing was rightful, to have revenge against somebody who had slandered them or hurt them or blah blah blah, and then figured out, actually, I'm the one who's messed up. I'm the one who has been doing all of this to an ex, to an ex-friend, to an ex-colleague, to, you know, a family member or whatever, when they hadn't done anything, and actually I was manipulated. But there are other people who are silently just slinking away, who know, who know what's going on, but they don't want the kickback. They don't want to be left there when the ship actually sinks. But everyone will get what they give out, if that makes sense. Because look, unexpected endings, surprise changes and sudden shifts. Everyone's leaving. Not only is everyone leaving, those who are staying on, those who are obsessed with, you know, attaching to a light one's abundance, or blocking a light one from knowing who they are, distracting them from their missions, distracting them from their passions leading their due north and their, you know, their north node. They're coming up against this loyal guardian and magical protector is there for you. They're coming up against this time and time and time again. And whoever this person is who's at the forefront of it, it's personal for them. Okay, and it's more to do not only with them wanting power and wanting money, but it's also because as we stand in our true authentic light, as we are healing and growing and evolving, it is literally shining a light on them, almost like the evil queen looking into that mirror and saying, who's the fairest of them all, and always hearing, well, you are, and then going, Snow White is. Highlighting that, you know what, they've been hiding in their own delusion of grandeur for so long. Now they're being highlighted, all of their own triggers, all of their traumas, all of their shortcomings, and they don't like it. They literally don't like it. Because you've got here daring, adventure and excitement, unexpected endings, surprise changes and sudden shifts. There is something beautiful coming for a light one. Something beautiful coming for a light one. And let's see what's in store. What's in store for my lovely light ones? Should I take this one? No. What's in store for my light ones? Okay. So you've got here the consuming family and peer pressure. So we know this is family without a doubt. Okay. But there's something here about whatever was missing from childhood being given back. Okay. Whatever was missing from childhood for a light one being healed, but that energy being given back. There's something about how the soul fragments, and parts of us are repressed or left on those timelines because they're painful. And you know, we all carry trauma, all of us. Some a lot bigger than others, but we all carry trauma. And there's something here about it all being brought back, all of those shards, all those bits of the soul that have been left in different timelines because it was painful, being brought back and being made whole. Because you've also got here catalyst, maker, mother and father. Okay, and with it being upside down, there's an energy here of either whoever's this person's parents are, or who they see as their creator, shunning them, but also a highlight that trauma has come from whoever the carers were. Okay, because you've got absolution, forgiveness and penance. Now this can be the person that's walked away. This is, I don't think that this is the person who's obsessed, but there's definitely balance coming in for a light one, because there seems to be some sort of epiphany or a spiritual awakening that this light one will go through when they truly understand. And there's something about this like truly understanding that the trauma that we have that has been put onto us by our caregivers, not always, because sometimes, you know, as children we go through actual abuse, through child abuse, through physical abuse, through sexual abuse, and these things are done with intent because our parents are shit. Sorry for being so blunt. Other times there's things like neglect, there's child PTSD, there is, you know, having to be a lot older and taking care of yourself, being someone who isn't looked after because your parents have to work so many jobs, but they all cause trauma. And there seems to be this encouragement or a nod towards that part of this epiphany that's going to come with this wholeness of healing is understanding that your caregivers, especially if the intent was good, especially if the intent was love and good, but there were shortcomings in how you or the person you're thinking of was cared for, in understanding that these people held their own trauma because they came from a different generation, which was probably harsher than the one that we grew up in, but understanding that they are human and that because they hold their own trauma, it's not so much of I forgive you, but it's forgiving yourself for expecting more, if that makes sense. And I can remember there was an interview with Oprah a very long time ago, because if you research Oprah and you look at like her life growing up, she had such a traumatic life, such a traumatic upbringing, and it was so lacking in love from her mother. And I remember watching an interview where she said that she went to see someone, almost like a Dr. Phil, and it was in a massive auditorium, and she stood up and she talked about her mother and about the connection that she had, and how she was, you know, she was always wanting more. And that this person said, he was like, Oprah, you're a 10-point love person. You need 10 points of love to feel valued, to feel whole, to feel seen. Your mother can only give you 1 point. It's not that she's holding back the other 9. She doesn't have the other 9. She doesn't know any more than 1 point. And that for me personally was like a massive eye-opener, that especially if you are growing up, if you look back at your childhood and your parents loved you, but they were absent, or they were working all the time, or they were neglectful without even realizing, or they didn't give you those words of love because they were too wrapped up in and busy in their own trauma. It's because they're 1 point or they're 2 point people, not because they were withholding the other 8. Okay, now that will be for someone specific, okay, especially with this awakening coming up. And I want to know why I was pulled towards that, because look, you've got training, consistency and practice coming up. There's also this encouragement, and I know that it's quite easy to say, if it makes sense, that everything that we went through, it was like training wheels for what is going to be given to us. And as children growing up and as adolescents, we don't realize the path that we're on or where we're going, if that makes sense. And it's only when we look back and go, do you know what, I had all these towers as an adult or as an adolescent or blah blah blah, but I got through it because I had internal strength. And we question where that strength comes from, and the strength comes from when you have a traumatic childhood, or when you've been through darkness of some sort, and not just one event but quite a few, that you have to build that inner light within yourself that pushes you forward. Okay, so you definitely have, look, because right next to it is aggressor, tracker and provider, and that is that's all about towers. And then there's a truth that is going, there's something else that's coming towards a light one. It's not just that you're going to get loads of money, because there's definitely multiple streams of income coming in, but that comes in through healing, because the more we heal, as I've said, the higher we raise our vibrations, which means we match ourselves to that law of abundance. But there's also some sort of truth that is going to be shown to you, whether that is through communication with certain people on this realm, whether that is spiritual downloads, whether that is dreams, whether that's just fitting the pieces together in the truth of who it was who was placing these towers towards you, and how you forgive yourself within that. Because I can never tell other people to forgive someone else for hurting you or causing you pain. I can't, because we're all on different paths of healing. We're all at different paces of healing, and it's up to you whether or not you give that forgiveness. However, forgiving yourself for how we blame ourselves, especially before we are empowered, especially before we're awakened, and how we kind of co-create and how we give too much. There's something there with forgiving yourself, and in doing that, healing even quicker and raising your vibration quicker, because you've got inspiration, epiphany and innovation. That's just some confirmation there. Okay, what else would like to come out? Do you know what? I would really like to get these ones or these ones. These ones, okay. Now, while all of this is happening for a light one, all of this healing and this elevation, let's find out what is happening. Look, because look, explore your depths, go out on a limb. You're being encouraged to dig deep, to keep going, you know, even if it's at small paces, to keep going. Now, what's happening to this family member, to this person that's been doing this, that's been manipulating others? Tell me, please, and thanking you. Let's have a look. And it says here, notice the miracles. This person is being shown for who they are, but not only that, they're seeing the omens around them, that things are getting really sticky for them, because you've got to find the little divinity in yourself. And also understanding that you've always been protected by angels, and that you will always get through this, okay? Because now, like I said, you don't react. you respond, you take time to think about these things. And with this being right here, with the consuming family and pressures of peers, okay, you figuring this out, figuring out that this has always been attached to your solar plexus. They've tried to attach this to your solar plexus. And look, multiple streams of income. They're going to be watching you leveling up in your business, in your love life, in your finances. And it says you can build any kind of life you want. They're going to just be watching you up level, because I always say that the best type of revenge is just living the best life, okay? And bringing each day the best possible version of yourself and letting them watch you succeed. And look, you can build any kind of life you want and ask for help, okay? There's something here about that person trying to come back into your life. After doing all of this, trying to come back into your life and ask for help, okay? And you've got, look, you can build any kind of life you want. The same person that made your life difficult for how long? And I heard over Christmas, expect a call. That will be for someone specifically. And I'm hearing that song by Gautier. No, you didn't have to cut me off. I don't know the rest of the words, I'm really sorry. But you've got here blackout media. Okay, that's almost just like an encouragement to just block them. Just block them. Block them. Goodbye. Return to sender. Bye-bye now. You do not pass a go. You do not collect your £200. Let me see what we've got here. And it says on here, visualize abundance when needed. So you're just being told to keep your vibes up, okay? And it doesn't mean that you should, you know, slap on a smile if you don't feel like doing so, because keeping your vibes up isn't just about feeling happy or being light and love. It's also recognizing when you don't feel like that and asking yourself why, honoring it, recognizing it, so that you can work through that, because doing so, that keeps your vibes up, okay? Fear nothing, my lovelies. Fear nothing. Because this one says learn to defend yourself, okay? And this is of the heart. This is to do with the heart. Why did that come out? Why did that come out? Why did I get defend yourself? Because you've got here one small change and continue. This person is, they're not going to give up. This is definitely a family member who's stuck in a rut right now. There's something about blaming the parents or blaming their caregivers for how they are. Believe you are magic. Explore your depths. Yeah, this person is still going to try and get into your Akashic records. All right, and it says here, try something new without expectations. They're still trying the same techniques as before. And you've got call upon angels, go out on a limb, and music has what you need in reverse. There's something here about also trying to block your clairaudience. So make sure that you are, when you're doing your words of prayer or your words of affirmation, your words of power, that you're also, look, because it says use your words, that you're also listening to certain music. If you have music ruminating through your brain, put that on. Do meditations. Keep doing what you're doing, because this person is stuck in a rut now. They don't know where to go. They don't actually know how to ask for help. They are going to try and call out towards you, okay? And it says, think new, see fresh. There's something here about trying to manifest you towards them. Let me take this one out and see what else would like to come out. See if I can get it. It's a big old one. Let's see. You've got here gambler in reverse, relying on luck rather than hard work. And then you've got over here advocate, inspires you to put compassion into action. This person is hoping that you will kind of feel sorry for them. Because if you know who this person is, that you'll feel sorry for them, especially over the Christmas period, and that you'll reach out to them. And I heard, don't do it. Don't do it, is what I heard. And you've also got here rescuer, provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. There you go. There's something here about now trying to bring you towards them. Because I see someone lighting a candle or a gold candle. Networker, enhances unity through the sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy. They're hoping that you will reach out, okay? And pioneer, passion for doing and creating has not been done before. Heart space and gambler. And they're really hoping that you just reach out to them. Anything else that would like to come out before I go, please and thank you. Any messages for my light ones? And we've got here warrior in reverse, trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to suffering inflicted on others. This person does not care about this light one in any way, shape or form. They literally just want them to dig them out of the, I heard, out of the shallow grave they've put themselves in. Oh my gosh. Because you've also got here prostitute, which says places material considerations and security above self-empowerment or improvement. There we go. And then you've got rebel, and it says rejects legitimate authority out of anger, rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. Okay. This person, yeah, this person's a mess. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there. I hope that gave you some confirmation and clarity on what you already intuitively know. If you are new to my channel and this resonated for you, I'd love for you to hit on the like, the subscribe and on the notification bell so you can see more of my content. And if you are a returning subscriber, as always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Anyone that feels moved to leave a donation, it's never expected, but it's always highly appreciated because it means I can put more back into this channel. And anyone that is looking for a personal reading, all of my information is in the description box down below. If you go to the second paragraph down and just look at the arrows pointing up, the blue arrows, there's 2 emails there. If you send me an email, I usually get back within about 2 to 3 days. If you do email me today, which is as much as this was recorded yesterday for Christmas, you need to add a date on there because Christmas Day I will not be responding to any emails. I will not be filming. I will just be chilling. Okay. With that being said, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas and happy holidays to everyone wherever you are in the world, and I will see you later. Bye.